Number 10. Doctor's Rebirth. I had been abroad to do medical volunteer work when I was swept up in a civil war. I was killed by a rebel soldier while taking a bullet for a patient. But when I finally woke up, I had become a child. And in front of me stood a destroyed carriage and a group of oddly dressed people who were unconscious. It's just like a Murim world. As I hurry to perform first aid in an attempt to save even one person, I realize that this world is that of the Supreme Demon King, a Murim novel I've enjoyed reading. After meeting the rescue team of The, three great doctors, I found out that one of the people I saved was the protagonist of this novel, the future Demon King, Yoharyu. Hey, since I'm indebted to you for saving me, call me Hyang. For saving his life, I become sworn brothers with the future Demon King, and Bakrinoisen, one of the most knowledgeable people around, recognized my potential and took me in as his disciple. This is the story of how I became the greatest physician in Gungo. Number 9. Rebirth, City Deity. Muji, a deity from the realm of cultivation, used the fate-changing skill just to return to the city. This time, he is going to right his wrongs and make up for all the regret he had in his previous life. Wealth, strength, beauty. It is all in his hands now. Number 8. Emperor Ling Tian. An OP elder is killed by his disciples and reincarnates with one goal in mind. To kill anyone in his way, or so I suppose. A great elder is killed by his disciples only to reincarnate in another body as Jiang Chen, who is considered to be helpless in cultivation. Through this reincarnation, he gains great knowledge of his past life and changes the course of his life for the better, gradually setting out to take his revenge against his disciples. Number 7. Volcanic Age. Zhu Xiuchan, a man who survives the age of war through sheer luck and becomes the elder of the Hawasan faction, only to live a life full of regrets and doubts. As he lies on his deathbed, waiting for the inevitable, he has returned to the past. Number 6. The Scholarly Reincarnation. A martial artist, claiming himself to be a murderer, is defeated by a suicide attack in battle and is reborn as a firstborn child to a local lord. Having a fresh start, a warm family, and a little sister to protect, he decides to become a better person in his new life. Number 5. Return of the Mad Demon. A man who's crazy about martial arts, the Mad Demon Li Jaha. After stealing the demonic cult leader's heavenly jade, he fell down a cliff while being pursued. After thinking everything was over, he opened his eyes, having returned back to a time he was an inn helper who was looked down on by everyone. He had been falsely accused and the inn was in ruins. The mad demon who returned to being an inn help. Will he go mad once again? Or will his enemies go mad instead? Number 4. I reincarnated as the crazy heir, Yang Jagak, who was assassinated through poison during the political wars of The Murim. While he thought he was dead, he realized he was in the body of another person. He found out that he is in the demon cult. The art he knows is the heavenly demon god arts, and the owner of the body was the crazed heir who lusted after women. Why did it need to be the demon cult, and why did it need to be this person? Number 3. Rebirth of 8th-circled mage. Henry Morris was an 8th-circled archmage who was a legend, one of the founding fathers who helped his friend become the king of a unified empire. After the son took over the throne, Henry was executed with the false accusation of leading a rebellion against the empire. He then wakes up in the body of young Henry Morris, the eldest of a baronet family, who also happened to have the same name. Henry turns his life around by again relearning magic and also swordsmanship in order to become the first magic swordsman, all for the sake of revenge. Number 2. Book of Lagia. The great demon king, Umbildon, was the first to unite the demon world. One day, a human dared summon the demon king. It was the greedy and fat Prince Lagialu Yalela Rodwell. However, while summoning the demon king, he had made a mistake in the process, which caused his death. Lagia's body is forcefully frozen because of the contract he had made with the demon king. Well, I might as well just grant him his wish. The demon king decides to become Lagia and grant the wish the prince had before he was frozen to death. Until the day the kingdom of Yalela rules the world with power unmatched by anyone. This is the start of a new legend. I should start by losing weight. I need to go on a diet first. Number 1. Return of the 8th class magician. It's been many years since I've bloodied my hands for the United Empire and its emperor, Ragnar. I wanted to return to my hometown and live a quiet life as if to repent for my sins. However, you are a great 8th class magician who is able to overthrow me and the empire at any time. How could I let a monster like you stay alive? After being betrayed on the verge of death by Ragnar, who was my friend as well as my emperor, he stabbed my heart with a dagger that had time magic applied to it. The redemption I want is to put everything back to its place.